Alright folks, this week a little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio, mostly focused on upper body and your arms. Let's get these arms nice and toned and ready for whatever party you're getting ready for. Okay, so we're gonna have bear plank plate moves. I'll show that. Then followed by high knee. Between every workout, between every strength move is a high knee workout for 30 seconds. Right? If you want to go longer, you can go, but the minimum is 30 seconds. You have to keep at it. Then followed by bicep curls, high knees, shoulder raises, high knees, back down to toe touches. So let me give you a quick overview of what this workout is. Right. So we start off with get in your bear position. Right. Tuck the pelvis in. Raise your core. Get in the seated position. Make sure you're not arching your back, nice and tight. Get up. All right. Get yourself a plate like this. Right. Once you're in this position, move the plate. Try not to move too much. Okay, a count of 10 on that. Followed by high knee raises. 30 seconds. Time yourself for 30 seconds. Right? Make sure you're not stomping your feet. It's a nice light high knee run. If you can't do this, march, but make sure it's like brisk march. Alright, so that's your 30 seconds. Next, grab some weights. We'll do the bicep curl. Okay, roll your shoulders back. Up. Keep alternating them. Nothing else moves. Okay, no slouching forward. Roll the shoulders back when you start. These are your bicep curls. Okay, once you do that, back to your high knee run. Once your high knees are done, get down in the box again. This time you're seated and you will do the raises. So let me demo these raises. Roll your shoulders back all the way up. Okay, let me demo it this way. Yeah. Drop your weight. High knee runs again. 30 seconds. Enjoy your 30 seconds here. Once that's done, get on the floor. Out of the way. Toe touches for a count of 10. And that concludes this week's workout. So, we've done bear planks before, bear walks, bear crawls. This is a little more interesting. So, you're going to need a little plate and the surface on which things can slide. So, I'm using this plate here. And all I'm doing is I'm sliding from one side to the other, but in a bear plank position. So let's get on with it. Okay, so the most important thing, as I always say, tuck your pelvis in, raise your core, nice and tight, get on your floor, okay, and now raise your leg up. So when you're in this position, you're not all the way up, you're not all the way down, you're just right. Okay, this now that you're in this position, things get really exciting. You have this plate that you move, you keep behind your arms here, and now once you're ready, start moving it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that concludes your bear plank. Now remember, you have to keep your plank, you have to keep your core engaged in this. Your back is not, the bum is not coming up, everything is nice and tight, right? Enjoy. Another really good workout for your arms, bicep curls. You've seen a lot of people in the gym like really crank it out here. Okay, let me demo how the right way to do bicep curls. So you can either do one weight at a time, one arm at a time, or both, depending on the workout, depending on what I ask, what's prescribed for you. So make sure your shoulders are rolled back. You're doing this in the standing position or sitting position, depending again on your workout. Now, the most important thing, roll your shoulders back, and when you bring your arm up, nothing else is moving. A lot of times you see people like banging up like this, doesn't help. You're working on the wrong stuff. So when you do this, roll your shoulders back, nice and tight, right? Arms this way, facing forward, and go up, right? And the other arm. Now, sometimes I may prescribe some tempo, which means I may ask you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then those again would be like single arm, both arms, depending on what it is. Now, the most important thing in bicep curls is, again, not to move your entire body. There's no swinging in this. If you're swinging, then drop the weight. There's no point, right? So, again, all the way up and down. And you'll start feeling it here in your biceps. Right, folks? Shoulder raises. Now, one thing to remember is try not to go too heavy, especially if you're just starting, because this is going to work your shoulders. So, and you will be doing a lot of reps. So it's better to go lightweight on this, but it's up to you. If you're strong enough, you could just get a bigger weight. All right. So when you start this shoulder raise, seated shoulder raises. Okay. Make sure you're seated properly. It's not too inclined or far back, right? So you're nice and the position nice and tight. Okay, brace your core, roll your shoulders back, raise. Okay, this way. This together is 1 rep. Okay, let me demo it this way. Rolling my shoulders back, nice and steady. Nothing else moves. Not arching my back. I'm not sitting slouching like this. Nice and upright. And start. Okay, so these are your shoulder raises. This one is called toe touch. The ab exercise. The key here is to make sure your back is lying flat on the ground and your legs are nice and extended. If at the beginning, if you need to bend, you can, but the goal is to make sure your feet are straight. And as a normal toe touch, that when you're on this, when you're standing up, touch your toes. We do it on the ground, right? Let me demo it. Brace everything. All on the ground. This is your starting position. Legs straight and extended. And make sure your back doesn't come off the floor, because if you have this tendency of like overextending, then your back comes off the floor. So no, just extend as much as you can. You can see even my mobility isn't that great. So all you have to do is make sure you're not bending over and crunching your neck, because it's going to start giving you neck issues. So again, brace, legs up, and touch your toes. It's an up and down movement. You're just touching your toes, right? This is your toe touches.